Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me. The last day of the year. When we go back next week, you guys will be joining me in the new year. So, thank you for watching. Let's talk about interesting numbers and what my biggest issue was yesterday, and the fact that Chicago PMI numbers come out at 9:45 a.m. So, again, 15 minutes after market open. Do not be surprised if we see a big dip or a big increase wherever the SPY is sitting. Again, 9:45 Chicago PMI numbers. PMI numbers are manufacturing numbers. So that will basically tell us whether manufacturing is still at the same level, reduced level, or increased level. A reduced level in manufacturing can signify that we are again heading into a recession. So please pay specific attention to Chicago PMI numbers. Next, why you all are here. I try and help you with market direction. I try and tell you exactly what I'm seeing in the market, what the potential top could be, where the potential bottom could be, where you see support and resistance. I mentioned that because yesterday pre-market, when the SPY was sitting at 380, I told you all I thought the SPY would go up and touch 384. In fact, I was saying that $384.30 would be a rejection. And then where did we reject? $384 and like 27 cents. I missed by 3 cents. So how does that help you? If you're in calls at the start of the day, you're holding your calls till we hit the 384 level. If you were playing the SPY yesterday, and here's my biggest problem. Great calling the market. SPY calls, the $380 calls that I was thinking about buying yesterday for $140 went all the way up to $420. They went up 200% yesterday from 140 to 420. Did I make the play? No. That's my problem. Great market direction. However, sometimes I trade the wrong ETFs or I'll trade the wrong stocks. I mean, going into yesterday, I was in Carnival Cruise Line calls. I said my exit strategy would be like $8 to $8.06. It went to $8.08. The lotto options that I got on the $8 calls went from 7 cents all the way up to 14 cents. The $7.50 calls went from 30 cents, actually like 20 cents, all the way up to like 55 cents. Here's my problem: execution. I took profit way too soon, and that is my problem. Great market direction, know exactly what to do, but I get nervous and I decide to take profit. That happens a lot of the time. Okay, so again, SPY 384.30. How did I come up with that number? Again, I was using dark pool levels. Let me see if I can just show you. So we'll go to Discord. Again, what I would type in to find out the SPY dark pool levels is SPY DP levels and SPY. And then we get them. So here you go. 380 and 49 cents. You had 40 billion, $384.30. That's exactly how I knew or how I anticipated the market would reject 384.30. And again, it's plus or minus 10, 20, 30 cents. So as long as you can call the top or the bottom. So let's talk pre-market, what's going on right now. Let's just see where the SPY is pre-market. $380.76. Okay. 380.76. Why is that important? Because as I mentioned yesterday, and I just showed you, huge dark pool level at $380.50. So if I'm watching, I'm looking for at open, maybe a bounce slightly there under, and then I want to see if the $380 level holds. If it holds, there's a good likelihood we're going back up to 384. So again, you could see a similar day to yesterday. 380 on the low or 379 like high end, all the way up to 384. So that right now is what I'm anticipating. Now I have a secondary plan, because if we break $380.50 to the downside and the market continues selling off, it's the last day of the year, and some institutions say, we don't want anything on our balance sheet, we'd rather be in cash going into the end of the year. Because remember, they have to show what is on their books as of the close of business today. Now, they don't show it next week. They put together their report and they release the report. Probably takes about 2 weeks, but every single fund has to do that. So, anticipation, some funds could be, I'm selling last day of the year. I'll write off my loss and I'll carry cash into the new year, and then I will get reinvested into certain stocks and options. Makes sense. Okay, so if we break below you're going to see the number that we closed at the other day, $376.68. So understand, we would basically be giving back everything that the market made yesterday, like 1.8% on the SPY. The market would go down. Again, that is only the case if we break $380.50. If we rebound off $380.50, which, if I zoom out and I look at the last few days of trading, I would say there's a good likelihood we do, and that we trade a range day. A range day would be $380 on the low side, $384 on the high side. Still perfect conditions for scalping. So again, I'm going to wait on the Chicago PMI numbers to come out at 9:45. I'm going to anticipate some type of quick drop. Let me just see if I can draw something out for you. So the market's going to open up down here. We'll do a little something like this at the start. Something like, you guys see that at the start. And then at 9:45, if I see a spike up like that, I will probably enter into puts. If I see a spike down, I will probably enter calls. Again, for me, my strategy today is to play off the Chicago PMI numbers at 9:45. Whatever the rash decision is, as soon as the numbers are released, whatever the market's going to do, boom, craters down, I'm going to be buying calls. Shoots up, I'm going to be buying puts. Again, I believe it will be range trading today. With that said, I decided I'm going to do something a little different today. Once I spoke about the SPY and the SPY ranges, I was going to get into talking about some individual stocks. So let me just pull up Discord right now. Again, let me tell you what else I was looking at this morning. Again, I tell everybody on the live stream, I do the same thing every morning. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the top flow charts to look at the most bullish positions and the most bearish positions. For those that don't know what this is, it's telling you the inflow of options yesterday. So the most purchased bullish positions were SPX, Tesla, SPY, Amazon, Apple, Nvidia, Netflix. The most bearish positions where puts were bought. You're looking at Microsoft. You're looking at the Qs. You're looking at Russells. So you could see small cap tech right there with the Russell. You can see Microsoft, the Qs, which is technology. Next, I went down and I said, okay, let me look at the flow of the market. Now, again, if you're looking at the flow of the market with me, you can see the price of the market is in white. The price for call premiums is right here. And the price for put premiums is right here. So everybody that thinks the market's just going to tank today off what's happening pre-market and futures, I would say not really. I would say, okay, I'm not really sure why it's gapping down. They were buying the market yesterday. I mean, we can come up with reasons why it was gapping down. It was gapping down because COVID is going crazy in China. We also averted a natural, well, not a natural disaster, a disaster yesterday. There was a Chinese fighter plane that was flying way too close to a U.S. fighter jet. U.S. fighter jet had to veer off. About 20 feet separated the two jets, which is not very much space. Imagine if a U.S. plane collided with a Chinese plane over the Chinese Sea. That would be major, major issues. Okay, so we went over PMI. We went over the SPY today. We went over my biggest issue. Again, my biggest issue is not market direction. I can tell you what the market is going to do. My biggest problem is deciding what is the proper trade. Again, yesterday, the greatest trade would have been my SPY calls based on my SPY prediction. However, I got caught in Carnival and I took profit there, but 60%, 80% is nowhere close to 200%. So again, I'm probably going to start trading SPY and SPX a little more often based on market direction. Let's just go back to Discord, see what else I pulled up this morning. So again, this is your net flow. If I was going to see the market collapse, you'd see the cost of puts skyrocket here. Now, however, we can look at the algo flow for the SPY. Again, algo flow is price for stock. So you're looking at the algos. The algos is telling you the market should be above 383. The call premiums are at like 384. So it's basically in line. Again, both bullish. If that were to change, you'd see something serious. Now, here's something that caught my eye. When I look at the SPY and I look at the number of puts and calls opened and the amount of premiums. As you can see, red, double, red, double. I mean, red is just crushing the number of puts, is crushing the number of calls. So we look at the open interest. You're looking at 1.8 million contracts open interest on the calls, 4.47 million open contracts. So again, what would surprise me or what wouldn't surprise me? I understand puts are more heavily invested than calls. So what I'm expecting is a drop at open, right? That way, those in puts, and we're talking about big institutions and big money, they're going to claim their profit. Then what's likely is we shoot right back up, almost like a check sign, right? So we start here, we're opening down. Okay, let's test a low. Now, the low from I think it was Wednesday was 379.06. So 379 flat. So again, if we break 380 to the downside, I'm really going to look for support at 379. I mentioned this on market open because the SPY is sitting at 380.65. So there's a chance we drop another full dollar or dollar and a half very quickly. However, if we hit the 379.06, I'm looking for a bounce higher. I'm zooming out. I'm saying they've been buying the market 4 out of the past 6 days. Even when the market gets beat up, it seems that they're buying the dips and it's going higher. Now, that is a bear case scenario. Bear case scenario would be like we dip at open, 379 on the low end. We go back up and we break 383. So I won't say 384.30. Again, bear case scenario, 379 on the low, high side, 383.27. Okay? Not exactly 384. That's your bear case. Bull case, which means more bullish, the upside is going to be a little greater. So I would say if we have a bullish day similar to yesterday, meaning we're going to dip it open, those involved with puts get out. They secure profit because we gap down. Then what happens? As soon as we're done, we spike back up within 10 or 12 minutes of the market open. So if you see us back at 382 within 10 or 12 minutes, understand it will probably be a bullish day. If it's a bullish day, again, I'm going to call 380 on the bottom side, and the top side, I'm going to say somewhere close to yesterday. So I'm going to say 384.60, 384.50. Again, when we come up to rejection, you sometimes can go plus or minus 20 cents. So if rejection is 384.30, let's add 20 cents, 384.50, somewhere around there. So again, low side, bull case scenario, 380 or maybe 379.90, but basically 380 on the low side. That we're going to see somewhere close to open, and we're going to do a little V-shaped, and then market's going to recover for the rest of the day. That's your bull case. Bear case scenario is futures open down where we are, so we're at 381 or something like that. We dip, we quickly rebound, and then the market continues to sell off. So I'll try and draw it out. I mean, my drawings really suck, but I'll give you a scenario so that you know what you're looking for. Okay, we drop, we rebound, we drop some more, we rebound, and then we drop some more. So again, bear case, okay? Nothing goes straight down, nothing goes straight up. Again, it would look like we're going to rebound, but what could tell you is we're going to be a bear case is when you see a lower low. So this point is lower than where we originally going to dip on open. So again, if you see the dip lower, and then you could see the dip again somewhere around 945 when PMI numbers are released. If I see that, there is a chance if I want to play a lottery call that I will get involved right there. If not, the other scenario could be something like I'm running out of space. Yeah, I'm definitely running out of space. Let's see what we can find. Make something up here. Great. If it's going to be a bull case scenario, okay? Again, we're 381 at open, so we're going to open right here. We're going to dip. We're going to recover. We're going to dip. We're going to recover higher, and then we're going to dip. So something like that, which gives you multiple chances to get in at either one of these dips right here, and then we just go higher. Now, that was something like we saw yesterday. Again, let's remember going into yesterday, I was a bull going into yesterday. I thought things were oversold. However, what could change my tone? Well, I know if I'm going to be bullish, the Dow has to go up. If the Dow has to go up, that means energy has to go up. I'm not so involved with energy right now. Energy's been a little beaten up. Then I'll look over at airlines and I say to myself, airlines look like a good play the other day. Boeing looked like a good play the other day. However, there's another storm moving through the entire country. Who is that going to hurt? Domestic carriers. Southwest Airlines, I would stay away from that. Again, extremely beaten up. You hear about their troubles. I just heard that they're allowing passengers not only to get a full refund on their ticket, but if they submit receipts from food, housing, and everything like that, they will reimburse them. Now, understand that'll cost Southwest tens of millions, maybe 100 million. Their market capital is probably 18 billion with a B, right? So is it going to affect their sustainability? No, but it is going to be a shot in the gut to their money. And then there also could be fines levied. I heard Pete Buttigieg talking about, the Secretary of Travel, talking about, if they weren't accurately prepared, there could be major fines for them. So that's what I'm seeing. I mentioned that I would bring up some stocks to talk about. Again, let's talk with Tesla first. Tesla, 2 major inflow days, heavy volume. Understanding that when Tesla's forward PE went under 30, and again, it went to 27 the other day, I said, good buying opportunity. In fact, before it dropped to 108 at 112, I said Tesla very interests me. Then it went dropped to 112 that day. I mean, from 112 to 108 that day, and then spiked back up. So again, I would have been early entering at 112, seeing how it went down to 108. But right now it's sitting at 121. It's probably down a little pre-market. So let's say maybe 117. Carnival, again, closed at its close to high yesterday at $8.08. My exit strategy was $8 to $8.06. I exited out a little too soon. As far as Carnival goes, again, it only had 1 day of inflow. So I would look for a dip. If it was going to dip below 777, that would be proper entry, again, to be bullish Carnival, and understand that's a whole 30 cents. So I might be looking at some type of lottery play. If I see a dip on open, I might get involved with something like that. Next, I have United Airlines. Again, I'm a fan of airlines. However, with the incoming storm and what we just saw this past week, holiday travel was extremely hurt, delayed, canceled. We see the same thing happening. That's probably going to happen over New Year's. Denver already got, 2 feet of snow. They were expecting 2 inches of snow. So there are going to be major delays again, which tells me stay away from some airlines. I'm back to the SPY. Again, SPY range, 379.06 on the low, 383.27 on the high. That's your bear case scenario. Bull case scenarios, 380 on the low, and I would say closer to 384.50 on the high. Just trying to see if I have any other tips this morning. I'm staying away from Boeing. I'm staying away from Moderna right now. Staying away from Meta right now. We'll give Disney a look, maybe on a dip. Yeah, if Disney dips this morning, that also could be a lottery play for me, because I see that Disney has some demand. Volume's picking up slightly. Their Avatar movie just grossed over $1 billion. We had a nice spike to 88.12 or 24 yesterday morning. So I might see how low Disney dips today, and I might look at a Disney play. Okay, can we see if we have any questions this morning? Let's just see if we got any questions. Hey, Johnny, thanks so much, man. We appreciate all that. That will cover us. Carlos, you get 2 beers, and I'll eat the pizza. Let's go on to the next one. Let's see what we got here. Continue advertisement. Hey, can I do a video on compound interest daily and how you can grow an account? Wishing you a happy new year. Yeah, I mean, we can make a video on that, but it's a similar thing to compounding interest when I talk about growing a small account. It's not about those home runs you're going to hit. It's about base hits day after day. I'm going to just talk about compounding numbers. For example, $100, 20%, $120, 20% the next day, 142, $20 the next day, 170 flat, 20% the next day, you're up to 204. So again, 4 days, 20% compounding the returns, you're over 100%. So 4 days of 20% is only 80% return. However, when you compound it, you're getting another chunk. That's why small, successful trades make sense. If I was going to suggest to somebody trade or no trade, I only want you to be in winning trades. If you can't find a winning trade and you're just looking to gamble in the market by saying like, oh shit, market looks high, I'm going to buy some puts, or market looks low, I'm going to buy some calls. Not the way to invest. You need to have a specific strategy. A specific strategy includes entry point. We don't just jump in. You say you want to buy SPY calls, you're looking for the best entry. If the SPY is dropping like it is pre-market, you don't want to just jump in right here. You want to look for a lower point. Let's talk about timing right now, right? 9:30 this morning, market opens, 9:45 PMI numbers. Sometimes we see the lowest or the highest point in the market sometime between 10:20 a.m. and 11:20 a.m. So if the market is going down and you think it's going to be a U-shaped or a V-shaped recovery for today, investing at 10 a.m. and buying calls while the market keeps dropping is not a good thing. At 10:50 or 11:20, when you think you see the bottom and you believe we'll have a U-shaped or a V-shaped recovery, that is entry. So again, investing, full strategy. I've got my entry point and my reasoning. My entry point could be like when the SPY touches 379.08, which was yesterday's low, that's going to be my entry into calls. My exit strategy, because we touched 379, doesn't mean we're going to go to 384. I might exit at 383.27, where I saw a bit of rejection if it's a bearish day. Bearish day means we go down first and go up second. So something to that extent. Let's see what else we got. Hey, Dwayne, thank you so much, man. Yeah, we haven't really asked anybody for anything. What we do is all organic. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us every day or most of the days. I appreciate the thumbs up. I appreciate the questions and comments. I love when you ask questions about stocks. I like reviewing stocks and charts for everybody because it gives you a little more insight. Again, you could use the flow and algos. So let's do this. Let's do Tesla. I'll talk about Tesla in a second, but what would I do? I'd go to my flow and algos room. I already saw that the top flow, Tesla's second on the top flow. So I already know that pre-market, I'm not really worried about the 2.5% decline. What I'll do is I'll check out the dark pool levels. I'll know how to spell levels for Tesla. And then I'll check out, all right, dark pool levels for Tesla. So Tesla right now is trading at 121.82, pre-market 119.26. So I'm going down here and I'm like, okay, here we go. There's a dark pool at 118.43. So if Tesla was going to drop at market open, I'm looking to see if 118.43 has support. If the market drops and then rebounds quickly, I'm looking to get into Tesla calls at something under 118.43. The next level up, almost $126. So 125.97. There's a $6 billion pool. After that, 1.1 doesn't really count. So 141. So if today was going to be extremely green, and we know that Tesla is bullish right now on the dip, I'm looking to get in exactly where I showed you. Exit strategy point number 1, 125. So again, we drop 118, goes up to 125, exit. If I'm in Tesla for longer, understanding 2 straight days of inflow, there could be some consolidation. Where would I be looking for Tesla a week from now? Let's go for next Friday, right? We've got today, we've got 3 trading days next week. Next Friday, if it continues to push higher, and we've seen Tesla do this in years past, you would look for another rejection around $140. Now, if I was going to look at the chart of Tesla, which I've got open right here, I'm just going to go back to the 5-day chart. Totally looks like it could be a cup and a handle. Now I'm going to the 1-month chart. Again, major inflow, major volume the last 2 days. So they thought anything under, the 125 level, which I pointed out, which could be exit, used to be support 125, if only for a few days. So the fact that we went from 125 to 108 would not surprise me if we're back at 125. Does not have to happen today. But again, if the market does that dip and bounce and we're back at 383, Tesla will be closer to 125. Again, that would be the rejection area. Materials and mining in Q1. Okay, materials and mining plays have been somewhat beat up all year. They were showing little rebound, and materials and mining plays can be someone like NUE, PDI, Alcoa AA, US Steel, which is the X, Cleveland Cliffs, which is CLF, Um, yeah, so they could be interesting. However, if we're going into a recession, those stocks will probably get hit as well. If we're not no so much going to recession, it's more of a softer landing, then yeah, I happen to like materials plays. But again, that's one area or industry that's on my watch list, materials. Then I have airlines. Again, staying away from airlines right now, just because, again, more delays, more weather, something to that extent. Um, Other plays would be like healthcare, which has been a small rotation. So let's just see what else. Hey, Matt, thanks for the input. What's the cost? What do we got here? Thanks for the input. What's the cost for Discord? Okay, yeah. So cost for Discord is we have two options actually. Say you don't want to listen to me and you just want to use these charts that I'm showing and all the commands. You could use these charts, all these commands, and let me just get over here and show you what else we have. Option sweeps. Do you want to see the latest sweeps? So how did yesterday end? Google got a huge sweep, premium 318,000. It tells you the nominal amount, the expiration date, the strike price. Same with NVIDIA. I bet that's a bullish sign right there on NVIDIA. Again, bullish sign on NVIDIA. What about KWeb, which is Chinese internet companies? Puts. Okay, so again, China's struggling. Puts. Here's some calls. Same here. Microsoft, we already know, had bearish actions. So these are some puts. Airbnb, someone was asking me about calls yesterday. I told them I would stay away from Airbnb. Thank goodness, because the large volume agrees with me. Then you have golden sweeps. I know your question was about price, but I just want to show off all the amazing analytics we have. All right. So again, $25, I think it is. You can just get the channels that allow you to see everything that big money and institution sees. If you pay, I think it's $34.99. We have a few people that do live streams, Love, Romeo. I drop videos throughout the day. Now, when I say that I drop updates and videos throughout the day, you could use something like this. Here was one of my posts from yesterday. Let's just get to it. Well, I lost my post from yesterday. Okay. So post from yesterday. I made a prediction at 12:52 p.m. that the market would close at 383.33. Now, where did the market close yesterday? 383.36. So 3 hours prior to close, I basically gave where I thought the market would finish, and I missed by 3 cents. How does that help you? Because I wasn't giving a trade alert there. No, but if the market was at 384.20 and Matt's predicting at 1 o'clock we're finishing here, we're finishing down $1. If we're finishing down $1, okay, let's get into some puts. Great, we get into 80 cents. We sell at $1.40. That's what, a 67% profit. That's how you use the information. Again, Romeo on his live streams is awesome because he's actually talking about specific trades. He'll bring up 4 charts pre-market, talk about Apple, the Qs, NVIDIA, and maybe Tesla, and he'll tell you guys what he's looking at as far as entry, where would you exit out, things of that nature. So yeah, we'd love to see you on our Discord. Oh, if you join before the end of the year, I think today is the end of the year, or tomorrow's the end of the year, I think you get a 50% discount. So it's only like $17.50. So if you are going to join, today is the day. With that said, all right, let's see what else. Why so many people like to trade Carnival? Actually, a lot of people do not like to trade Carnival. I like to trade Carnival. Unfortunately, I would suggest to everybody else, stay away from Carnival. Here is what I would suggest. If you're looking to trade options, I'm going to suggest that you look for options with the most volume. Why the most volume? Because when you're looking at the bid and the ask, and there's a large spread. In fact, I entered some Chewy puts yesterday, and I said, Johnny from our platform said, Matt, Chewy puts, huge discrepancy between the bid and the ask. What you have to do is you have to plan accordingly. If you're only going to pay $1.60 for your option, and the bid is $1.40 and the ask is $2, and you only pay, want to pay $1.50, let's say, you put in $1.50 and you wait. You show patience. If you're willing to pay $1.50, that's all you want to pay. Don't pay $2. Don't pay $1.90. Don't be like, I got to get it right now. I'll keep bidding myself up. Let them come to you. You put in your price that you're comfortable with as far as a bid. When you're ready to sell, you put in your ask price and you leave it alone. Let them come to you. Let the price action come to you and get everything that you're looking for. Okay. Next question. BTU has done very well. I don't really look at BTU. BTU is going to be an energy play. So let's look at that ETF. BTU. Oh, Peabody Energy, not in that ETF. Sorry. Peabody Energy volume, huge past 2 days, huge decline. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's poised for a rebound. It's one of those, hey, my stock fell off a cliff and it's going to fill that crater. However, I like to call it a 3-day rule. I want to make sure BTU is done selling, because sometimes when we see a stock sell off, I'll just use my finger for this. You see it sell off, right? And then it almost rebounds. So it's drops off a cliff, and people think it's going to come right back up to that cliff. Understand the selling action is what made it drop off the cliff. So I like to give it a 3-day rule, which means sometimes it looks like it's going to rebound and then it drops even further. So BTU, yeah, I mean, that could be on my watch list. Again, energy companies have been a little beaten up over the past 2 to 3 days. I would hold off on that again, because as energy and oil prices come down, assuming recession, that's exactly what's going to happen. It's like, what comes first? The dog wagging the tail or the tail wagging the dog? So again, recession, lower energy prices. Lower energy prices, possible recession. Okay. Who makes the price targets on Webull? The low, mid, and high targets, and what the time frame is when those targets are predicted. I'm not really sure what that question is. Who makes the price targets? I wish you could explain that a little better. I'll assume or guesstimate what you're asking about. So when price targets come out, maybe you're talking about analysts come out and they'll say, Amazon price target 120. These are analysts that work for Wall Street firms, multiple firms. There are probably hundreds of them that give out buy, sell, and hold ratings. And then Webull just puts it up there. Webull also puts up Seeking Alpha, which is a paid advertisement. A lot of what Webull does are paid advertisements. That's how they generate revenue. It's one of their revenue sources. So on Webull, I rarely look for news stories. What I like to do is I will go to Twitter and I will put in the hashtag or the $ of whatever symbol I'm looking for, and I'll see what the latest posts are, because that's where you're going to get the most up-to-date information. Again, you have to validate that the information you're reading is going to be accurate. But yes, it's the analyst. So, analysts for JP Morgan. JP Morgan has hundreds of analysts. Goldman Sachs, hundreds of analysts. Merrill, all these companies, Merrill Lynch, hundreds of analysts. I mean, everybody, Smith Barney, hundreds of analysts, Greenwich Capital, NatWest Bank, Deutsche Bank, same thing. So, and a lot of these times, these analysts already have their position. I'm an analyst covering Disney, and I'm going to be bullish Disney and raise my price target to 140. What am I going to do first? I'm going to talk to my traders internally on my trading desk, and I'm going to say, hey, we're giving a price upgrade to Disney Tuesday morning. We're going to put a price target of 140. Well, Disney's only trading at $88 right now or something like that. So what am I going to do? I'm going to buy Disney stock. I'll probably buy some call options. I'll probably sell some higher range call options to do a little spread. And then when they release their price target upgrade, boom, there you go. Stock shoots up. It's all manipulation. And yes, 3-day rule is just, when stocks dip like this, unless there's an immediately a rebound immediately, which we mostly see intraday trading. You'll see something come out and maybe like PMI numbers will drop the market like this. And then 2 minutes later, people go, that was just PMI numbers. Who really gives a shit? And it spikes back up and we're back at the same level. Any drop or spike that is too substantial comes right back down, but we usually head back in that direction. So if you see a drop and then we come right back up, we're likely to drop later in the day. If you see a spike and then we come back down, you're likely to work back up to that spike. Now, I like to go off futures pre-market activity. Yesterday, Dow was up 200 points pre-market, went down to 80. I think we ran negative to 379, and then we bounced back up. But again, futures were green. Today, it's the reverse scenario by about a half. So futures are red. Even if we were to spike up, there's a chance we spike back up and then fade the rest of the day. Again, last day of trading, institutions, funds have to adjust their books. There's going to be some sell-offs due to, tax implications, and they'll buy back next year. So that's what I'm anticipating today. Shared my trading strategy. Anybody that wants to join me, please join me on Discord. If not, I'll see you guys next week. Happy New Year. Enjoy your holidays. please be safe. There are so many accidents over the holidays, and with all the bad weather, it's more important, just like you're trading, to be patient. If you're driving and stuck in traffic, or you see somebody crazy driving, just go over to a middle or a right lane. Even for me, who goes 105 miles in the left lane, if I see two guys drag racing come behind me, motorcycles, I just slow it down. Let them pass me. If it's raining or something like that, dangerous. Slow down. Let people pass you. No drinking and driving. Enjoy your holidays. Join me on Discord. And Heather, love you. See you guys soon. You guys have been wonderful. Please see you next year. Be safe, everybody. Be safe. Happy New Year.